What's up, guys? Wow, I hit that note. Let me just say, crush that. Happy Monday, everyone. It's me, Madi Prewett. I'm so glad that you guys are here. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. I love you. I'm glad that you've made it here, and I hope you feel, as always, encouraged and loved after you watch this video. I'm so excited about today's episode because I thought it'd be super fun to just reflect on this year. It is about to be 2022, which is crazy. I feel like it was just 2020. I feel like I literally just came off The Bachelor. But I also feel like it was like 10 years ago, which is insane. But one of my favorite things to do at the end of every year is to kind of reflect on the year, what I've learned, what I've experienced, who I've met, and also think about what's coming up the next year. So let's reflect and have grateful hearts together, and let's dream big together. And let's get to it. I am so grateful for this year and all that it has taught me, all that I've learned, all that I've experienced, and the people that I've met along the way. This year has truly been one of the greatest blessings and also one of the hardest years. I have experienced dreams coming true, my heart being broken. I have made new friends, moved to a new city. Even just looking at the first half of 2021, it's so wild to think about. I was still working on my book. I was submitting it in to my publishers for final review, and it was emotionally draining, but also one of the most rewarding and therapeutic things I've ever done. I found it healing to talk about things that I had walked through and things that I had really struggled with and wrestled with for a long time, and even just bringing those things back up, it was like as if I was reliving it, but I was also healing from it. And so it was really, really cool to get to experience that and to think about everybody who's going to be reading my book and from different perspectives that each of you would be going through that I wanted to really tap into. In March, I moved to Dallas, and I'm so glad that I picked Dallas. I was considering moving to LA at first. Janine and I had a whole plan to move in together in LA. She was already living in Santa Monica, and I was just gonna find a place with her there and move in, and went there and just did not have a peace about it. So ended up deciding and calling her and just telling her, hey girl, I think I'm supposed to be in Dallas. I don't know why, so I'm gonna do it. If you wanna come with me, let's do it together. And she ended up moving here too. We moved in together and we got a house. Look at our Christmas decorations. They're so cute. This is all of our Christmas decor. It literally took, I think, Janine and I like 6 hours to decorate, and it's not even that intense, but for whatever reason, it took us a really long time. We're just very particular about what we like. But look, we have cute little stockings, cute little mini tree over here. We have another tree back here, and we have cute table decor, and also these little trees right here, and a sweet little note from my dad because he's the best. And right when we moved into the house, it was both of our birthdays. Janine and I, our birthday is only 4 days apart. Hers on the 21st, mine's on the 25th. So we got to celebrate our birthday together, got to just meet a lot of cool people. And then moving into the summer, I got to go on a lot of fun just vacations, got to go with my sister to Cabo. Launched my merch line, and my book was finalized. I kind of had a relationship that was on and off for a while, and we decided to end that relationship. And that was really, really hard, but it was also a sweet season because I was starting to get ready for all things book. I did a bunch of photo shoots, bunch of video shoots, and I started my press. So I started my press the beginning of September. September was a wild month. October came and the book launched and came out. I had a big book launch party, had a bunch of my friends come out, a lot of my Bachelor friends who I hadn't seen literally since we filmed The Bachelor. It was so surreal seeing them, and just so, honestly, just encouraging that they came out. And so it meant a lot to me, and it was just so good catching up with all of them. them. And November, I was out of town, I think every weekend, either for holiday stuff or for speaking. But that was kind of my goal and my dream for this year, was to launch my book and to start speaking. That was something that I was super passionate about. It's been so encouraging to hear the feedback and just the testimonies that I've gotten from this book. And honestly, it's been such a blessing. It has been one of those things that you're like, wow, only God could have done this. Only God could have given me these words to put on these pages. Only God could have given me these relationships and these opportunities to be able to spread the word and encourage people that they were made on purpose and for a purpose, that there's greatness inside of them, and that they were made for such a time as this. Only God could give me those kinds of opportunities. And it has been so cool to see how he has moved through it. But y'all, to be honest, it has been so hard. I have had so many moments of just breaking down and crying and just wrestling with, I don't think I can do this. God, why did you choose me to do this? So many moments like that of just feeling overwhelmed with just the pressures, the expectations, and a lot of it to which I just put on myself, but also to which other people put on me. Listening to the negativity and hearing what so many people have to say about it and people judging it. A lot of people saying that it's another bachelor book and that I'm just here to talk about my bachelor experience, or I'm just here to get famous, and just a lot of really mean comments. People are mean. And so that has obviously been hard to hear as well. I've also learned a lot and I've experienced a lot, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful for all of you who have bought Made for this moment and who have just shared their testimony, your testimonies, and the way that it's touched you, the way that it's encouraged you and challenged you. It means the world to me. That's literally why I wrote it. But all in all, this year has been so amazing. And I think one of the biggest things that I have learned and experienced in this year is what true influence, courage, and confidence looks like. And for me, I think that influence for so long was, in my mind, tied to fame and fortune and people just following whatever you say and whatever you do, and almost associated with a sense of entitlement and control. This year has broadened my eyes and opened my eyes to what true influence looks like. True influence is when you realize that it's actually not about you at all. That influence equals impact, and the only way that you make an impact is when you make it about other people. How can I serve other people? How can I love other people? How can I impact and make a difference for other people and help make their life better and easier? My life verse is Acts 20:24, and it says, "For I consider my life worth nothing to me. My only aim is to finish the race and complete the task of testifying to the good news of God's grace." And I believe that this year has really brought that in just such a crazy way to where I've just seen it up close and personal, that the only way I'm influential, the only way that I have something to give is when I first received from Christ, when I realize who it comes from, where it comes from, and why I do what I do and who it's for. And once I have that perspective and I surrender to Christ, I abide in Jesus and know that it's by him and for him that I have the power and the strength to do what he's called me to do, then that's how I have what I need to influence the people around me, to encourage and challenge and love on the people around me. And I think that this year has also taught me what true courage looks like. I don't think that courage is just vocalizing your opinions and your thoughts and just fist up, ready to go, ready to make it all about you. I think true courage is when you realize it's not about you. And me stepping out in courage is actually rooted in an obedience, that this life is not about me and I'm coming from something that's so much bigger than me. Therefore, anytime I step out in courage is actually rooted in obedience and rooted in conviction, because I know that I'm called to do this. I'm called to be this person. I'm called to say this. And once we have that kind of a mindset, we don't let fear stop us. And being courageous doesn't mean that you don't get afraid. It just means that you don't let that fear stop you. And so many of us don't step out in courage because we fear rejection. We fear looking stupid. We fear failure. We fear the unknown. We have all these fears. But when you realize, one, where your courage comes from, and two, what it's really about, then you don't really let that fear stop you, because you realize it's not even about you. Whatever courage has looked like for me, whatever courage has looked like for you, it's going to cause you to have to step out of your comfort zone. And lastly is confidence. I think for me, for the longest time, I viewed confidence as being perfect, as having it all together, as having people look up to me, as always having a good face on. I never could be insecure. I never could be weak. This year has taught me that even in my weakest and lowest and most vulnerable moments, there's strength there and there's beauty there. And that's actually where people can relate to me, and that's real. And it's shown me that I can be confident even when I feel low, because again, it's not about me, and my confidence isn't in my appearance. My confidence isn't in other people's acceptance of me. My confidence isn't in the affirmations from others. My confidence isn't in how many awards or accolades or followers or fame. It's not in that. My confidence is in my relationship with God and in who He is and in who He says that I am. Knowing who I am, knowing whose I am is where my confidence comes from. Therefore, I'm not dependent on my circumstances or on other people to give me that. So this year has really taught me what true confidence and courage and influence looks like. And so I'm so excited what I'm going to learn in 2022. And this was a really hard year. And this year I did have a dream come true. I released Made for This Moment. It's something that I literally have been praying for and waiting on for so long. And there were a lot of sacrifices that I made and a lot that I had to really go through to write this book. And it was one of the hardest things that I ever had to do. And I just hope and pray, and I'm going to try not to get emotional saying this, but I just hope and pray that every single person that reads Made for This Moment, that they truly feel just how loved they are, that they feel seen, that they feel heard, that when you read the words of Made for This Moment, that you know that there is a reason that you are here on this planet, that it's not by accident that you're here, and no matter what you have gone through, no matter what you've experienced, no matter what has been done to you or said to you, that there is purpose on your life. I am so sorry if your story in your life has been so hard, but I just am here to encourage you that it can be used for purpose, and that your story can be used to help other people that are walking through something extremely difficult. And so don't take your life, your story, the things you've walked through for granted. And instead of just having pity or resentment or bitterness, choose to use your life as a vessel to reach and love other people and bring other people hope and help them through their hard times. As we wrap up, I just am so excited for 2022. I have so many hopes, so many goals, big dreams for what this year could look like and what it could mean. I am praying big, and I'll share some with y'all. I am praying to continue to sell a lot of copies of Made for This Moment, not because I care about numbers, because I care about souls, and because I want more people to know Jesus, and because I want more people to know who they are, and because I want more people to know why they are here and what their purpose is. And I want to speak to more people, so I'm hoping to speak at universities and conferences and churches and education systems and all over the world at least 2 to 3 times a month. I want to be consistent in that and hopefully be able to even pick more of those up. It's something that I love doing. I'm super passionate about it, and I do believe that it's what I was created to do, and I just love to communicate. I would love to start working on my second book, which is crazy and exciting to think about. I would absolutely love to know who my husband's gonna be. I would love to meet him. I will be 26 this next year, and growing up in Alabama, I thought I would be married at 22, 23 and already have a kid or two by 26. But I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I'm in no need rushing it, like at all. I have no desire to rush that. I have been waiting well, and I am praying big, but I truly trust and believe that in God's timing, it's all gonna work out like it's supposed to. So whenever that happens, I'm ready, but I'm not rushing it, and I am content. I wanna be more disciplined with eating consistently. It's just been really hard to eat healthy. I feel like I eat out a lot, or I do really quick meals. Also just work out. I have been doing a good job of, like, when I travel, I try and do different things with OpenFit. Like, it's an amazing app that has so many different workouts, but it is still hard sometimes when, like, if I'm traveling all day, obviously I'm not gonna come home at like 7 p.m. at night and work out when I've been traveling all day and I'm exhausted, or when I go and speak somewhere and then I finish up. like I don't feel like going to work out. So I just need to pray just for more discipline in both of those areas. I need to be better about just being consistent also in my relationships. With how busy I've been, it's been really hard to maintain and also to build and make new relationships here in Dallas because I've just been so busy. So praying through those things. And then of course, I want to grow in my relationship with God. I want to learn more about how I can be a better steward of what He's given me and how I can love people better. I always like to have a Bible verse and a word for each year. I'm still praying through what that's going to be for 2022. I'll let you guys know. As always, I love you guys so much. I really am so thankful for all of you. I am praying for all of you. I hope you feel like this is a safe place, but feel free to leave a comment below of how I can be praying for you and or just something you just would like to say. I truly hope and pray and believe that you know that you were made for this moment. If you haven't heard about my book or seen my book, I will also include that link below. I also have Made for This Moment merch that I will also include below just as a tangible reminder that you have been called for such a time as this and to never forget it. And I hope you have the merriest of Christmas and the happiest of New Year's. I love you guys. What's up, guys? I know that was beautiful, but you know, I probably should just start it off normal because that was slow. I also thought it'd be fun just to kind of take you through. I'm like kind of spitting a little bit. The end of summer was a little tough as I was coming out of a can't talk, obviously, it was tough. I can't even talk.